Hello, welcome back to PC Building Simulator 2 with me, your host for today. Right, I've got two jobs. Two new kind of tutorial. They're gonna be tutorial ones. I mean, obviously, we got one that's 3D Mark is in it. I just found out. We'll do a 3D Mark score of 2000. And this one is to clone, which I've not done because I didn't have it in the first one. Clone OS to SSD, so that's going to be interesting. And probably a lot easier than it is in real life. What am I saying probably for? It will definitely be a lot easier than it is in real life. Right, the upgrade. I mean, there's an easier way to check this if you can check the stats of the components. Is to look at which parts you could improve for the cheapest amount. Of course we don't know what the score is with this current build that these parts are, but easier to see. The CPU has some impact, decent impact on the 3D Mark score, but it's a Ryzen 7 8 core, so we're not going to bother doing that. The RAM has a little impact. It only has one 4 gig stick, so yeah, that's definitely something that would impact. One 4 gig stick is not what you want. And the graphics card has the most impact on the score, and that is a 750 Ti, which I think is the lowest card you can get in this game. I'm pretty sure it is. So yeah, that will need to be increased. The thing is, I do not believe they're bothered about having new parts, or used parts, you know. So, and I have some GPUs and I have some RAM. So we'll see what the score is first when we get it, and then we'll work it up from there. We have a budget on parts of $400. So yes, we can do something pretty decent. I mean, if the score is bad, and it probably will be with a 750 Ti, and the drive one as well. Store that drive or better and then clone it. Okie dokie then, let's progress a day so we can see that. Yeah, I've got that coming, the drive too. Didn't turn the lights off again, did I? Just keep on forgetting to do that now. Right. Well, that's the drive. So we're going to do this one first so we can have the 3D Mark doing its thing while we're doing the other PC. Needs to be installed. Alright, take it easy. You give me a chance. I'll plug the damn thing in. Well, I would, but you kind of... Unfortunately, you can go over there. Yeah, you can go over that overlay thing. Over the overlay. Yeah, I just wanna... What? Oh, so strange. I mean, haven't I got to put the drive in first? I am thinking I'm doing the other PC because I'm an idiot. Don't say it too loud. Oh, come on. You mean I actually can't leave? Cancel is obviously going to cancel it and I can't leave. So we're going to have to be stuck watching this slideshow. Ooh, 7.5, 7.6 FPS. That is a wonder to behold. That is a 750 Ti. Now, in reality, that it wouldn't it be that bad in a 750 Ti. But it is bad, isn't it? And we got to watch this because I can't escape it because it's the tutorial. So if I'm going to struggle with it, I'm not going to do a time lapse and so you don't have to watch it. If I'm going to have to suffer, you're suffering with me. That's just the way it goes. That's just going to have to deal with it. Or you could just turn this video off and watch something else. Oh. That'd just be rude, wouldn't it? You're just abandoning me in my time of need. I just hope it's over soon. I think this is the last one, isn't it? Well, the graphic... is this a CPU? Does it tell you where it's... it used to tell you, didn't it? Or is there something I can put up to say it's a CPU? Is it the first two tests of the GPU and the third one is a CPU? Well, probably the other way around. Successfully run 3D Mark on the Cosmos PC and giving you a skewer. Both the GPU and the CPU combined overall. Here you can see the CPU, yeah, the CPU score is running fine. The GPU is disgusting. That's what's holding it back. Oh dear. Thanks, I can exit. Test done, CPU and GPU have made. Yep. I don't want to turn it off. What am I doing now? It's weird how tutorials are like this in this game that are locked. Once you get in them, you can't get off them. When you're on a higher level, you know, I mean a level 5 is still quite low, but to be locked like this, it's a bit annoying. To meet the customer's requirements, you need to buy... Why do I need to buy that one? Epic less will not be powerful enough. Well, I suppose it's a tutorial, so you're telling me. And I hope that doesn't do that in the future, when it just tells you what card is better. Because it's just too easy, this game is as it is. Okay. Suppose I'm going to the shop. I'm buying graphics cards. Do I have to? I mean, have I got one? I've not got a... Keep on thinking to store things now, it's in the other corridor. Let's just take this off and see if I've got one. Leaders. Doesn't remember that you you zoomed in. This is a bit annoying having to zoom in every time. Oh, it was a 280, wasn't it? We don't want that. I want the cost, because it usually indicates quality. I think that's the right car, isn't it? Oh, modular. What is PC? What's the world coming to? Okay. We don't have to install the drivers. Right. Well, the frames are a lot better, aren't they? I mean, they're still crap, but you know, they're better. Better than really bad. Well, that's to do with a PC. Gonna have to be a tutorial on this thing now, so I'm gonna be locked on both. Right, here we go. Donk. Oh, that was at the rear panel. Okay. It's these bits here that, like, haven't we like been introduced to know how to put cables in when we were like level 1? Still do it. Well, you wouldn't put the side panel on yet, would you? When you put these things on when you're finished. Now let's clone the OS onto it. Gotta go up. So I already bought one, so it oh dear. Every cable. Kind of annoying, I must admit. This game, I watched a video of this game the other day by some English person, some other Brit, and I think it was a few months old, so it was not long after, probably just when it came out. But he made the conclusion, even though he liked it, he made the conclusion that it doesn't feel complete. It doesn't. There's a lot of things in it they said meant to be in it are not in it. But, and it being a Epic Store exclusive, with no actual plans at the moment to bring it onto Steam. Well, that's easy, isn't it? It doesn't look like it's going to change over, and it doesn't say on Epic Store that it's in early access. Now, I do have early access games on there, but it doesn't say it, which is odd. Oh, restart that. I've tried to look online for a roadmap for this game. There's some information, but very little. And there has been an update since. Yeah, there has been a 1.1, I think it was, update. We've added some stuff, but they added more the modern cards and stuff. They didn't add things. You know, they've added components, not things that are meant to be in the game, which is annoying. Also, I don't know if the company that made the first game changed their name. Irregular, what was it called? Irregular? I can't remember what the company's called now, but it's not the same company name. Whether they've changed the name, which I don't think they have. Isn't it called Irregular Corporation or something? Successfully clone SSD. Blah, 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 blah. Okay then. I assume you keep the other drive in. Yeah, it doesn't get a lot of stuff. Like, for example, the shop. I'll show you briefly. It's got all these, you know, things, components and peripherals and stuff. And apparently that you're meant to be able to sell these. Things like this. Which, of course, you can't do anything with, not even interact with. The computers where you're meant to have competitors, that's meant to be one of the things, and the computers you put on sale, you're going to sell them. I mean, you sell them straight away, 100%. So you haven't got any competitors to do your prices, so you know you're going to get the money. This is one of the reasons why, you know, getting money is not difficult. I actually put a PC on that I didn't, you know, when I wasn't recording. So if I can find, oh, it's not on here, is it? It's on my tablet. So yeah, I sold it for just over $1,000. Good profit, nearly $500. It's just there's no competitors, so there's no competition. And a lot of the stuff that is meant to be in it is not in it. Easy, not easy. but they haven't, what I can find, and I haven't looked too deep into it, but what I can find, I can't find anything that's kind of suggesting that, oh, they're gonna, like a road map, you know, anything like that, no direction. I haven't really gone, I haven't sifted through forums or anything like that too deeply, because I don't, you know, I like having the will to live. I want to read for that stuff. I will give it a look properly, and it's still an enjoyable game, but yeah, it feels more like a I don't know, like an update from the first one, like a more polished version, like a standalone DLC, rather than a second game. They haven't really improved on some of the things that are in the previous games. They haven't really kind of improved on the quality of life stuff. But they've added a lot easier features, like the ability to lock parts of jobs, so you can trace them easier, and when you buy them, and you can just click what you want, and you click on the thing and it will take you straight to the shop and where it is and that item. Those quality of life will make things easier. To me, it's not a proper quality of life, it's just making things easy. Not easier, just easy, full stop. I mean, it's a bit too easy. Greetings! Who'd have thought your old uncle would end up walking the hippie trail, eh? What have you put a question mark for? Well, I had a sudden urge of some me time away from the squawking of pushy insurance agents. Don't neglect bungle. You're a fine one to talk, you arsonist. Got some PCs for sale. Right, we've got 2 more jobs. Oh, we've got another story one. A little salon down the road. Nice to see a new business open on our high street. There is a salon. It's called something beard. Or beard something. Which is a bit of an odd name for a salon, unless it's specifically for men. Yeah, cancel parking. Computers might have just a job for you. Interested in friends area, isn't it? But proceed to manage their client database and your game on there, and no customers in, no harm, no gnats. There's a buddy bench over the QT cuts. Paint it purple, eh? Just don't paint over the glass. Interested love. Jump me up for this shot. Won't go home tonight. Pick it up tomorrow evening. I'm sure we'll manage a day without it. So, is there a limit? It says a day. Pick it up tomorrow, but does it say anywhere on here that it needs to be? Why has it got an English date there and American there? That's just annoying. So paint the case, apply a sticker, heart emoji. Do not customise glass. Fair enough. This one's a fix. Oh yeah, the Tabby bite. No. Another story mission. We ain't got no normal missions, 2 story ones. That's not what you want. Oh mind you, I've just accepted the other ones, I suppose. Oh yeah, I think only the story ones do when you accept, when you go up a level and whatnot. I think the next day I'll get normal kind of generic missions, possibly. Full supply. Right, I'm just going to accept this because you want to pause it, and if you want to read that, pause it now. Look at it, because I've been reading. This is like the third one. Going to take ages, rather than me, as well as me blabbering on. So replacement reward and replace pair shoes. So let's have a look at the motherboard. So that's. So this is. I mean, this is a good way of doing it, but it is a bit too easy. Kind of takes away, doesn't it? From the thumb buttons on the mouse don't work. That's disgusting. It takes away from the kind of having to work it out yourself. What was it again? PSU. I just got to rewire the whole thing. Well, most of it anyway. That's a weird name, isn't it? Core reactor for a PSU that's not even anywhere near the highest. It's a bit of a weird name. Okay. The old PCs. That's the one thing as well, you can't buy parts, but you can buy whole PCs. That bothers me. And it tells you the broken bit, which also bothers me. And you can't repair them. I thought you could on that bench. You can do water cooling things on. It'd be nice if you could repair parts. Because, you know. I mean, this is called spares and repairs. Is it though? You're not repairing them because you're saying them broken. So I don't believe you. Right, them two in transit. Let's have a look. There it is. Dino beard. Dina beard. That. I mean, is that? Would that be a salon? Or would that be a place where you can buy beards? The chicken euphorium thing. I can't see what that is over there. It looks like an just a big marketplace. A bank, pizza place. A computer thing. What does that say? Holistic computing. What's this? Competition. Is that my direct competition? I can't see a salon, so it's probably that one. Dino beard makes sense, doesn't it? Sounds like one. A gentleman's beard shop. What? That's a salon. Salon. Dino beard. Right then. Should we continue the day? Remember to turn the light off this time. Well, it's a Friday. Oh, here we go again. I'm always doing this, you know. Well, I'm not always doing it, but I do it. And it's reminding me, because that's a rule. It shouldn't have told me that. Really, if you think about it, it's like, no, and then realise the day after that might error and go, oh, for Christ. You know, it should be my own fault. It should be my mistake to make. Because then you learn off of your mistakes. You don't learn when you keep on getting told. You know, how to do things. That you're doing it wrong or whatnot. You don't always learn until you actually make the mistake and you're right. You know? Alright, I'll put that on the paint one. Alright, this is a half decent job. Let's remove all these cables from the power supply. There we go. These cables. I just remember that PC we did with the school one. Still had a 4 gig stick. So better to take the boards out with the CPU still in. Because when you put a board in, for example, when you put a board in a case, you should already have the CPU with the paste and the CPU cooler, if it's air cooler, already attached, and your RAM as well. You don't have to have the RAM, but you know, it would save some issues as well if it's a bit of a tight case, especially if all these bays kind of go up the side there, you know, and the RAM's like kind of tight in it, and you want to get your hand in, or you're like me, you got big hands because you're a big, decently sized big bloke or whatever. But yeah, you really should. Did it tell you which one's for the job? Is that what it means? Yeah, isn't it? So that's what you do in reality. You put a motherboard in with a CPU on, the air cooler on, because you don't want to be trying to put the CPU in, or indeed the air cooler, especially if it's an AMD ones where it's kind of some of the older ones are a bit awkward to get in. Even ones your heatsink is so big you got a screw underneath it. Try to do it inside of a case. You're just going to save yourself issue. It might not be an issue if you do it in the case, but really by practice you want to get in the habit of doing that first, and then you put the motherboard with everything on it, attach it into the case, it's already there, and all you have to do then is plug the wires in, put the graphics card in, job done. No faffing about with trying to put the CPU in, not faffing about trying to put your hand in to get the paste, to make sure there's enough light into the enclosed space if it's lying on its side, you know. I mean, yeah, it's not hard to do, but you're just saving yourself. If you do it all before, you should have put it on, you know. I've got a workbench in my sitting room. That's basically what my sitting room is. It's like a storage workplace and testing bench. I test on the bench. I actually build my PC on my bed. But when I'm doing the board and that, I put it on my computer desk where I've got my PC now, where I am now. I move my keyboard back, put my mat down. What's it called? A conductive mat or whatever it's called. Has rubber mats. And I build the, you know, I construct the CPU, and I put the paste on, I put the air cooler on, put the RAM in, done, and then I put it in the board, put it in the, what am I looking for now? Put it in, put it in the case. Kills. Beep. Memory. So we know you get memory. We call it memory for PCs. And then you get mobile phones, which refer to the storage space on your phone as memory. I'm sure not all of them do, but I know mine does. And because mobile phones are basically tiny little PCs, it's a bit misleading. Wouldn't you say? What? Alright, let's get this thing plugged in. I mean the convenience. The convenience of the new boards. Near enough all boards have the CPU power there. Usually a 4-pin, so they can do the PWM and monitor, and then change the fan speeds accordingly, and the BIOS or whatnot, if you've got software. And but I say a lot of the old boards, they're not always there. So, sometimes they're here. Even the power, the ATX 24-pin, 72, 24, 72, whatever. 24-pin ATX power is there on a lot of the older boards, right above the graphics card. But the ones are there. I mean, there's still a lot there, but the CPU power's like over here, or over here, up here, by the ATX is usually over here. CPU power. That's an idea. What is? Oh no, oh, that's one. That's why it's there. But yeah, they have different ones, don't they? Probably depends on what it requires. I do like working with the old boards. I find that the BIOS is a lot more manual. There's a lot of things in it I look at and go, I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that means. Because they really were kind of, you could customize so much if you knew what you were doing. A lot of the things now are like kind of, you know, the XMP 1 and 2, whatever, kind of just does your thing for it. That was never a thing back in the day. Do it all manually. You can still do it manually on some boards, but some boards you can't. Most boards you can't. It's getting less and less of an option to be able to mess about with stuff yourself. Which is unfortunate, because you got like, what's that? Boot Manager. You have on BIOS now? But the trouble with Boot Manager, if it's a problem with the Boot Manager, you can't assign one of your drives as the operating system drive, because it does it automatically. So if there's something wrong with that, some error wrong with it, I mean, people say, oh yeah, there's nothing being wrong. You know, nothing is ever going to go. We've never had anything wrong with it, blah blah blah. You just don't know. BIOS is a chip, and chips go faulty like anything else. I wanted to look at that to see if there's anything else. Okay, I think we're good. Don't think there's anything else we need to do, but we'll soon find out if we get like 4 stars or whatnot. Right. Paint the case purple. I don't want to run out of breath then. Paint the case purple. Apply heart emoji stickers. We do the purple first. It's purple. Do not apply to glass. Wish that was a real thing there. Save a lot of trouble. Save a lot of masking tape. Tell you that. Here we go. And over the filters. Case it was disgusting. Whee. Hard, what does that do? Oh man, that is, oh, it feels like I'm using paint on Windows. That's just so much easier. Why couldn't you start with that? Right, stickers. Heart emojis. That's not heart emoji, is it? It's the heart shape, it's not emoji. Is it shapes? Symbols, emoji. There we go. Gotta find the heart emoji. There it is. Right, we do a massive one at the front. Do it on an angle like that. It doesn't go. It doesn't drip over. Drip over. It fell over to that side, which is unfortunate. It's an easier way to do it, isn't it? Really? And there it is. That's it. That's all I want. Well, all right then. Let's collect these. Get these collected. 5 stars for replacing stuff, so nothing else needed on that one then. Good. 5 stars on that one. Kill. Delete them 2 messages. Beep. That's the parts. I can't believe it's not clutter. You're funny. Tell you what I will do though. Buy some power ups. How about the screws? The auto screw. Because you got some money cash. I think that's a good idea. Nice. I think we're done for this video. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.